Hey, this is Tyrone. We Auto Detailing, servicing the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta area. Join me as I take on the challenge of detailing my car like a pro without spending a fortune. Some of the affordable car detailing products that I can use will be the car wash soap, a wood cleaner, a all-purpose cleaner and degreaser, and a tire shine spray, which you all can get from your local Walmart or AutoZone. Or if you're a pro like I am, you can go to a car detailing supply store in your area. So, in order to get professional results without spending a lot of money, you will have to learn how to use the products correctly and just follow a couple of simple steps. So, for us, for the car wash soap, when we're using the soap, what we do is we just use a foam cannon. And by using a foam cannon, you're able to spray that soap directly on the car and just wash the car as well to get the car clean. However, before you just spray the soap on the car, you want to make sure you do a pre rinse first with water, and then you do your pre spray with your foam cannon and the soap inside, and then the professionals would wash the car with our wash mitt. We do have a system where we wash the top of the car and work our way down. That way we're not swishing dirt around from the bottom of the car and pulling it up to the top to prevent any scratches or damage to the car paint. When it comes to the all-purpose cleaner, we use that for the interior, and that all-purpose cleaner is used to get in between the cracks of all the crevices in the vehicle, and we also use it to make the car interior looks clean and disinfectant. To use that, you just want to use a brush and you spray directly on the brush, and you use that brush to get in between the cracks. You can also use that chemical you want to spray on the microfiber rag, and you wipe the interior directly from the rag as opposed to spraying on the vehicle materials. That's a pro tip that can help you with your vehicle. Lastly, with the wood cleaner, you want to do the same thing you do with your wash soap. You want to make sure you do a pre rinse with water on your wheels, then you spray it with your wood cleaner, and then you pretty much rinse it off again with water, or you wash it and then you rinse. And you want to make sure you use high pressure water. That way you can allow the chemical to come off and get a lot of the dirt off on its own. So some common car detailing mistakes that you or other people can avoid is spending too much money buying a whole bunch of chemicals that does these separate things. So what I mean by that is you can buy a chemical for leather, interior cleaning, fabric cleaning, wash, wheel, tire, and all these undercarriage headlight restoration. Like you can buy all these different chemicals. However, you can save money by using some of the same chemicals for some of the same stuff. That way you can limit your chemicals to like five, and some of those chemicals can do multiple different things. So by limiting the amount of chemicals you buy and trying to double up on those chemicals to use them for multiple things is a hack. It's not a mistake. So to avoid any damage when you're detailing the interior of your car, you want to make sure you spraying your chemical on your microfiber rag. And also, when you're doing your shampooing, you want to make sure that you don't oversaturate your seats, and you want to make sure you dry it up completely when you're doing your shampooing. So to make your car paint look like new again, you want to make sure you follow the steps that it takes to detail your exterior of the car in these format ways. So you want to make sure you first do your pre-rinse. You actually foam cannon the car with your soap. You wash the car using your mitts, starting from the top and working your way down to the bottom of the car. And throughout that process, you want to make sure after every side, you're dipping your mitts back into the water to prevent any dirt lagering as you wash the car. As after you wash the car, you want to make sure you dry it correctly with your microfiber rags. And once you dry the car, you want to make sure you just add some type of wax, graphene, or any type of enhancement to the paint to make the paint stand out and look new again. So, a few tips to keep your car looking clean in between car details would be to make sure you just shake out your mat whenever you drag dirt in the car from your feet and your shoes. So I would just pull out my mat, shake it out, and put it back in the car a few times. Another tip would be to just make sure when you have trash, you take it out of the car at that exact time so that you can get in the habit of seeing your car clean, and therefore you won't just start to let that trash build up in your car. Also, I would keep a rag in the car because whenever something may spill or something is wet, you want to just make sure you wipe it and pull up any dirt that falls into your cup holders as a just a normal reaction, and you'll get used to it. So to detail your car in small spaces, you will need to have things like brushes, which I mentioned before. You will also need other brushes to get in between the seats, but the main thing is just moving your seats up and forward and backwards so you can get completely underneath the seats and moving it backwards to get completely in front of the seat. So as long as you do that and then you have your brush to get in between the cracks, you can definitely get in between all the small spaces. And if you have a higher budget, you can also get a steamer. Some tools that you can use to make car detailing easier is a pressure washer, a steam cleaner, and possibly an air compressor. Also, you can buy a car detailing extractor as well. If you would like to get your kids involved in car detailing, I recommend that you offer them incentive to detail your car and also in the process train them on some of the tips that I gave you today. But I have a question for you. Have you ever detailed a car professionally? If so, leave a comment below. If you all would like to hear more videos like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and press the reminder button on all our content. So before we head out today, make sure you keep your family, your faith, and your fitness first.